Let's take a look at the country's problems. There's been a conflict of ideas that's come up over the past several days, which is that Cambodia has been calling for the border checkpoint to be opened. What does this reflect? Let's analyze this issue first. It reflects that Cambodia's lifeblood, whether it's the economic lifeblood, the daily lives of people living along the border, or the convenience of having quality consumer goods available for daily use in shops. Having these goods available in the markets is now becoming a problem. We need to be clear about this, viewers. The Thai-Cambodian border issue is not a problem between villagers, not a problem between ordinary people, not a problem between soldiers. It's a personal issue between Hun Sen and Thaksin. I honestly have no idea what the problem between these two is, but Hun Sen seems to be obsessed with this, especially as a result of the lack of progress in sharing the benefits from the undersea resources, a topic both the Sretha government and the Ung Ing government have tried to address. It also includes the impact of crackdowns on call centers, human trafficking, gambling, and border incursions. Hun Sen is going all out on this because he's basically the emperor of Cambodia. He controls the military and the country's economy. He even controls the highest institutions. Everything is under the control of Hun Sen's clan. So when he thinks that Ung Ing's daughter, who is extremely ignorant, she doesn't know anything at all. If she becomes prime minister, she's just a chick in my hand. I can squeeze her to force her father to negotiate with me or whatever I want. That's why we see Hun Sen's crazy actions, because he has no fear of Thailand. Thailand, at a time when it has a weak prime minister, weak both intellectually and weak in terms of leadership. The rest are just worthless lackeys who only know how to scheme day in and day out. Scheming day and night. Scheming morning, noon, afternoon, and evening. And the one truly running the government is Thaksin's puppet, which is why Thailand is being so thoroughly disrespected. It started with creating a situation, something they've done before and succeeded at, like when they got Preah Vihear. And his child isn't any smarter than Ung Ing either. The political situation for his child is also dire, with terrible popularity ratings. So Hun Sen went ahead and sent soldiers to trespass and dig trenches called kulek. There was a clash and Thai soldiers fired back, killing one. Cambodia immediately seized on this. Hun Sen used this issue right away. After that, there were bombings and Thai soldiers stepped on landmines. This was the breaking point for the security forces. Whatever happens in politics, that's your problem. But soldiers cannot be allowed to die. Soldiers cannot be left disabled, and national security cannot be humiliated like this. Hun Sen kept sending soldiers, sending people to stir up trouble, messing with the nerves of Takwai, the nerves of Tamuang Tom, the pride of Pumkwe. This is the situation that was gradually escalating in severity, and it was the Thai security forces who were involved. It was the Thai military that used measures to pressure Cambodia. They applied military pressure. They also applied economic pressure by closing the border checkpoints, closing them again and again. There were some periods when the restrictions were eased a bit. According to the agreements between the private sectors of both sides, goods still had to be delivered, so they tried to minimize the impact as much as possible. In the end, after 3 to 5 months of border closures, it was like a contest to see who could hold their breath underwater the longest. The one who couldn't take it anymore, who was about to suffocate, was Cambodia. You have to understand that the Cambodian border with Vietnam isn't smooth either. It's not easy to just bring things in or out like it is with Thailand. The goods Cambodia relies on have to be transported from Singapore, which is very costly. The best option is products from Thailand. But when the border is closed, they have to buy from Laos instead, and the price goes up. It's tough for them. And his popularity hasn't increased, and he himself hasn't gained anything. After launching an attack on Thailand, he might end up being dragged before the International Criminal Court. Or maybe not, no one knows yet. The international community is already aware of how evil Hun Sen is. Then there's the issue of money laundering, which the United States is taking seriously, not to mention the human trafficking and scammer gangs. The border checkpoints are letting criminals through, and even China wants nothing to do with them. So, in this race to the bottom, Cambodia is already doomed. Therefore, in the GBC meeting the other day, it became a topic of discussion. Can the border be opened? They are going to open the border. T. Seha, the Minister of Defense, revealed on Wednesday, September 10th, that Cambodia and Thailand have agreed on the necessity to withdraw weapons and military equipment from the border area, partly in response to requests from Japanese investors who have asked for certain border crossings to be opened, according to a report from Cambodian Nets, a media outlet. Cambodian Nets, an English-language Cambodian mass media outlet, reported that Seha's statement regarding the various agreements in efforts to address the border standoff came after the meeting of the General Board of Committee, GBC, on the island of Ko. On Thursday, the 10th day of September, which was a significant date, a meeting was held and was chaired by Tay Seha, who is the Cambodian Minister of Defense, together with General Nathapon Nakpanik, who is the incoming Minister of Defense on the Thai side. During this important meeting, Tay Seha stated that both sides, meaning both Cambodia and Thailand, agreed on the urgent and immediate need to de-escalate tensions in the region by withdrawing heavy weapons as well as weapons of mass destruction and returning them back to their normal designated military bases in a sequential and orderly manner. Let's pause the news here for now and take a moment to reflect on these developments. Viewers need to understand that the situation has changed. The Thai government is no longer led by that clueless puppet named Paitong Tan, who was ignorant and stubborn, but now by Anutin Charnvirakul, a seasoned politician with decades of experience. He understands the situation well, knowing that if he acts tough, if he keeps acting the same way, he's doomed for sure. The Cambodian people will starve, lose their jobs, fall ill, and won't be able to cross into Thailand for medical treatment. They'll definitely rise up against him, so he changed his approach. That's why he picked up on the demands of Japanese private sector investors who came to invest in Cambodia as an excuse, saying, Thai brothers, there are demands from Japanese investors that the situation has changed, right? Maybe we can ease tensions along the border and start talking about reopening the checkpoints. Can we really do that? You see, at this point, they're starting to look for a way out for themselves, searching for any possible escape or solution. The news reports that in Tay Seha's official statement, he said that all of the objectives are directly related to urgent necessities, emphasizing the pressing importance of these needs, to reducing tensions along the border by adjusting weapons and military equipment. Both sides agreed to meet again in 3 weeks to work on the one-to-one action plan, which will be under careful and continuous observation and thorough inspection by the ASEAN Observer Team, known as AOT, which will be officially established very soon after receiving the necessary and formal official approval from both governments involved. Tay Seha said that, furthermore, in the spirit of building trust and confidence, as well as the ongoing dedication to restoring diplomatic relations, both parties agreed to take various actions to ensure the release and repatriation of prisoners of war who are being detained within an appropriate time frame based on humanitarian grounds and in accordance with the conventions of the Third Geneva Convention and customary international law. He further stated that both parties would consider the requests of Japanese investors to close certain border crossings between the two countries in order to facilitate essential private sector transportation as part of efforts to prevent disruptions in the supply chain. In addition, both sides also agreed to establish a joint working group for mine clearance coordination 1 week after the GBC meeting on a humanitarian basis under the participation of the Cambodian National Mine Action Center and the Thailand Mine Action Center in order to identify the areas most affected that require urgent mine clearance. Joint efforts to address border crime issues, including human trafficking and problems related to scammers. Here is a report from Cambodia Nest.